Okay, so these are 4 little plates. Now, gosh, they're so heavy. It's crazy. So they all they ever do is kind of drape like that. Just to make sure you put it in your bag. Don't leave it there. And I kept looking at them and I just thought, oh, they're really beautiful. They're really, really beautiful. I like contrast in life. I like lots of different things. Okay, Quincy, so what did we rehearse? What did you want to say? So she's sorry. What are you sorry for? Hello. Welcome to Rarebirds. My name is Angie, and this is a channel for people, probably mostly older people who have, who intend to grow rather than shrink as they go through their lives. Now, it's quite an exciting day because for those of you who watch my vlogs regularly, you will know that I've been making some curtains. Well, I bought these curtains from a charity shop. And you can see them a bit in the last vlog and a few before that as well. But they needed adjusting, so I needed to extend the length of them. And then I found this amazing fringing on Vinted. And so I finished one of the curtains. That's basically what I'm leading up to. So I really hope, so this video will go out on Wednesday. So I really hope that by Sunday, maybe I will have managed to finish them and I can show you them hanging up. And then that's lovely. Anyway, I'm going to go and show you right now. Okay, gosh, they're so heavy. It's crazy. So look, so here is the fringing that I put on. And the fringing was really not expensive. I think it was £8, and then obviously you pay postage on top of that. So this is going along, so if you imagine the curtain will hang like that. And then there'll be the other one there. And then, so, oh, gosh, that's so heavy. Right, so yeah, so at the bottom, see that looks really awful in this light, but it's totally fine. I looked at it in the room and it's barely going to notice because actually I've done them so they're slightly too long, so that's what folds up like that. But do you know what this reminds me of? Just these heavy curtains with a fringing. In fact, I'm not going to say, and I want to see how many of you know, there is a film, well, it was a book, and the film, in fact, I read the book twice as a young girl. I think between the ages of sort of 10 and 13, or maybe 12 maybe, I don't know. I read it twice, it was a big book, and the film came out in 1939, and there's a character in the book. Her little phrase is fiddle-dee-dee. Does anyone? And she lives in on a sort of a plantation in one of the southern states, and she lives in this big old house. It's during the Civil War in America, and she needs some money. And so she knows, she's very beautiful, obviously. She knows that she needs to look really good to go and see this man who's kind of in love with her to see if she can get some money. So she looks around the house, and then, because she lives in this really grand house, and then she tears these weirdly, I think they're kind of moss green velvet curtains off the wall, and then makes the dress into this. So she wears this incredible dress. I mean, it's so unrealistic. It's like a beautiful couture gown with a hat and fringing. And she's just, anyway, it reminds me of that. So I wonder how many of you will know. I imagine it will be the older of us who will know what I'm referring to. But it was it was an amazing film, an incredible book, but a huge book, but I really enjoyed it. Anyway, right, so there we go. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And then, bizarrely, I was just out, I had to go out, so I had to run out of Quincy's biscuits. Disaster. So I'm going somewhere with this. I'm not just going to show you some biscuits. However, these are Quincy's biscuits. I think that's spoilt girl, peanut butter flavour. Let's her normal ones. But then I popped into the charity shop and I got these tie backs. Can you see? No. Yes, they go like that. And I like the idea, because what I want to do is I want to always have the curtains closed at the top, so that all they ever do is kind of drape like that. Well, that's my plan anyway. We'll see. But so quite nice to put them, to drape it so the fringing shows behind that. Now, as I always say, I always seem to say this, I don't love this. Ooh, oops, easy. It's quite okay. So clearly you're not meant to do that. But what's the name of that flower? Anyway, I think it will go incredibly well with my curtains, weirdly, because they're very botanical. And then this is, what is the name of that? It's not a dahlia, is it? It's something else, that flower. But I like it because it's just a very kind of black bronze. And then it's got the fitting things, the screws, and then it goes on to there. So I will be able to put that up, no problem at all. Obviously there are two of them, like that. And then they're £5. So they'll go, sorry, I can't work it out. Yeah, so they'll go like that. And then the curtains will just sort of drape in there. I might have to push that back a little bit. I might just have to pluck all of the petals off, and you know what, if I have to, I have to, and that's totally fine, because it still will have that. Anyway, I'm really warm. But yeah, let me know if you know the book and film I'm talking about, and fiddle dee dee. Anyway, right, so the light is fading, obviously horribly. I didn't say today's Monday. And yeah, thank you for all your lovely messages, my last vlog. And I've actually got something quite nice, so I need to do some prep for it. Something quite nice and hopefully quite interesting to show you. So yeah, I hope that's all okay. And this is the other jumper, which the light is so bad that it doesn't look very nice, but it is actually a really beautiful kind of moss green colour. It's literally exactly the same product, just in a different, in a different colour. So yeah. Anyway, I will be back. Good morning, bleary-eyed and tired from Somerset here, but I'm going to work, so I thought I would just say hello quickly, because today I won't be able to do very much. Just loading up my dishwasher. Just grilling. Just spilled black coffee all over my work surface. That's great. So I just wanted to show you my little, I don't know, just trying to be healthy. So this is one of my little bean casserole things. I actually had to freeze because I couldn't eat it all in time. So I'm going to heat it up and put it in my little food thermos thing and take it to work to have hot food, you know, when it's cold. There we go. So, I don't know why I'm showing you this. I'm just always interested in, you know, what people eat and their routines and stuff like that. So, delish, that goes in there. Fabulous. And then I usually just throw in a little bit of extra salt in the top, like so. There, and then a little bit of extra pepper. Delish. And then where's the lid? Here's the lid. Okay, now the key thing with this, and some coffee oil. The very, very, oh God, where's the lid? Okay, just imagine that I have found the lid. Is that it? Yes, that is it. Now the key thing in this is to make sure you put it in your bag. Don't leave it there. Don't do that. Don't leave it there. Pop it in your bag. It goes in the bag. Look, I've got Quincy's little little things in here as well. She's got, that's her little water bowl, and then I've got some little biscuits for her. Honestly, it is literally like having a child. So I won't, because she has to eat at the shop, I'm going to get there a few minutes early so that she can have her chicken. But she has to eat at the shop, because otherwise, high maintenance little thing that she is, she will literally throw up in the car if she has her breakfast now. So, there's a really good chance. So normally she would have chicken and rice or some vegetables or something, but she's just going to have chicken because it's too difficult at work to give her like a whole thing. I'll just give her this chicken when we get there. Because I went to the shop to smell of, dog food, for goodness sake. And then, and then I'll make so again, we put this actually in here, like so. Great. Stop beeping. Like so. And then I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea, and we'll get in there. And I absolutely have to make sure that I get to the car park with plenty of time to walk painfully slowly, because Quincy likes to sniff literally everything, and then she also hates the rain. It's raining. It's raining really hard. She hates the rain. She hates me carrying bags. They freak her out. Obviously, I'll have my big black bag. She doesn't like umbrellas. So the whole thing is literally, if you imagine what a lovely sort of morning stroll with your dog would be, this morning will be literally the opposite of that. And I will have to have the patience of a saint, which I will have, and I can have as long as I'm not late. So, no barking, darling. So that's literally a matter of my personal organisation. So, I've got my glasses. Quincy, okay, shh. Just school children. It's just school children. Glasses. Okay. Right, and I think that we are off. So I think I just wanted to demonstrate having a nice, planning ahead and having a nice healthy lunch, something warm. I'll put a little bit of kitchen roll in there. Quincy's got her snacks, and then I've got to go, and I will be back. Okay, you're going to bed, darling. You're going to bed. Hi there. I'm literally just, you have caught me just literally sitting with my back to the sofa because it's still warm. And I was just thinking that I wish that I had the resources to literally run a bath and make the bathroom look lovely and then video that, not me in the bath, obviously, because that would be just horrific. But just I always like videos when you see bath running, and I was just imagining that it would be really nice, but unfortunately I cannot do it. Anyway, I've been to work and I'm home now, and it is 8 o'clock, and I'm actually trying to think, just literally to go to bed, just go to bed, because I'm just sleeping so badly, and I'm going to bed really late, doom scrolling, waking up in the night, doom scrolling, waking up in the morning, staring into space, not leaving myself enough time to do everything that I need to do. When you feel like you're lacking in, self-discipline, really. I mean, I'm not really, because I'm going to work and I'm looking after Quincy, and I just feel like I need more sleep all the time. I just need sleep. But anyway, imagine that I've done a lovely bath. And if I was going to do a bath, I would light some candles, and I would probably put in that bubble bath, you know, the Santa Maria Novella one, because the smell is lovely. And then I would not have the main light on, and I would just have subdued lighting. It would be just a, you know, little scented candle or something like that. Maybe a couple of them, because it's really quite not spooky, but only one candle for light is scary. It's just not bright enough. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello. And yeah, so I think that I'm going to try, I'm just looking at Quincy. She's actually on the sofa and I'm on the floor. We've had a complete role reversal. But I think that I am going to try and just go to bed. And then I'm working again tomorrow, but not until the afternoon. So tomorrow I will, if I do go to bed now, and I could just read for an hour, because next week I've got book group, and we're reading Breakfast at Tiffany's, Truman Capote, and I've read a lot of Truman Capote, but I've never read that, so I'm quite looking forward to that. It's very short as well. It's only take a couple of hours to read. It's just a novella, really, isn't it? And then, yeah. So going back to my original thought, and then I could get up in the morning and just be all fresh, and maybe I can do the video that I planned to do, which involves these really cute little plates I brought, and how you can, and they're very, very modern and bright and just sort of poppy and snappy. And my plan was just kind of to show how when you juxtapose something like that with something very, very traditional, and I have a very, very traditional painting in my hall, how you can completely change the feel of that. And I wanted to do that, so I'm going to try and do that. And yeah, and I also just wanted to say, I'm probably going to literally delete all of this anyway, but I just wanted to say I'm so sorry I haven't responded to any of your really, really lovely messages. And I've had some emails which have just moved me beyond belief. And the reason I haven't is not that I don't care or anything. Sometimes, it feels like sometimes just the imposter syndrome just feels out of control. And I think my imposter syndrome is just raging right now. It's absolutely raging. So, but just thank you so much. And what I'm going to do actually is I will go onto the thing, and I'm going to love all of them. I just always feel that that's not enough, that you have to write a message as much as you can. Anyway, this all sounds completely egocentric, like I think I'm some sort of a god, and that you'll be aggrieved if I don't respond, and I know that's silly, just silly. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. I am going to go, and I will see you in the morning. Hello. Today is Wednesday, and I wanted to show you something really lovely. So I work in a boutique called Rose and Lions, and one of the nice things about this isn't sponsored. This is like there's no money involved in this at all. But Nikki, who owns, she's my friend and my boss, and she owns the shop, and she's very, very good at sourcing lovely things. It's a bit of a treasure trove in there. And one of the things that I had seen, it was in the shop for a few weeks, and I kept looking at them, and I just thought, oh, they're really beautiful. They're really, really beautiful. And they weren't expensive. They worked out to, I think, about £6 each. And obviously I get a discount, so it was less than that. And then I thought that it might be something that you might be interested to see, even if what I'm about to show you is not quite your thing, but it's maybe like a different way of looking at something. Anyway, I'm going to stop being obscure and show you what I'm talking about, and then I will tell you why. Okay, so these are 4 little plates. Now, I wanted to tell you straight away what company they are, but of course I've put the label over because I've had to stick this fastener on the back so that I can hang them on the wall, but I will link it in the description, and I think we even have some left at Rose and Lions actually, in case you like them. Okay, so they are little plates, so look, that's my hand for scale, and they are just very, very modern but beautiful colours. And when I looked at them in the shop, I thought, oh my goodness, literally every colour in those plates works really well, more or less in every room in my house, particularly the living room. Ironically, I probably won't put them up in the living room because I feel like there's already quite a lot going on. But I'm going to show you some different spaces in the house where I think they'll really add something. Okay, so so the reason that I like these, just to show you them again, the scale. Okay, so just regarding these plates, I got these because they are so modern and such a bright pop of joyful colour, and I just thought that they might really lift an area maybe that's a little bit traditional, a little bit not the way that I want it, because I like contrast in life. I like lots of different things. I don't want everything to be the same. So in my home, I obviously there are a lot of things that may be quite traditional, but I like to set them alongside things that really pop and are really different. And what I wanted to say about that as well is that sometimes, so I'm holding these out, but sometimes when you do thrift a lot, and you can't just go out and buy whatever you want. Sometimes a lot of the things that come into secondhand stores or whatever are more traditional because they're not so much in favour, and the younger people who presumably clear out the houses or whatever, they have an eye for the modern stuff and they want that, so that it just doesn't come into the kind of the what's the word? I want to say food stream, but that's not what I mean. But it just doesn't really. So the modern things are harder to find. So therefore, I like these because they could be really expensive. You just don't know. It turns out they're not. But I think they're really nice because if you look at the edges, they're not quite uniform. So they do look a little bit. They could be a little bit special. And they just add something. They add the pop of colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some places where I could hang them. And I'm putting life and limb at risk because one of them is quite high up in the hall, so I've got to get the ladder out and try and get the spirit level because I'm thinking I'm going to put them in a straight line. Okay, so I will be back, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to start off with an example of how to use little poppy accessories. Let's just call them accessories or additions to your interior. We're going to use them like they're lipstick, okay? So you add lipstick to brighten your face, don't you? Because your face is, more or less all a very sort of similar colour. You've got a big expanse of skin. Obviously you have your eyes and your eyebrows, but I use lipstick to brighten my whole face. So these sorts of things work on the same principle. So behind me, I don't know how well you can see. So we have, it's just a Modigliani print, just a print, sadly. But obviously it has a very muted palette. You've got a muted palette behind it. And then hang on, let me bring this. Okay, yeah, so here you've got just a pencil drawing, and then down here you've got a little photo, okay? And they're all lovely things. And this is probably not my best example, but it's just to give you a feel. So the camera is in the entrance of the bathroom at the moment. So when you come out of the bathroom, this is what you see. And equally, the stairs are here. So when you come up the stairs, this is what you see. This is the sort of the gallery wall that I have up here. So let's just see, let's just have a little look and see how the addition of these two little plates work. Now I've slapped up I prepared and I put some little nails in the wall. So let's just see what that, yeah, you see, I think that's lovely. Do you see that? I think that's really lovely. But let's go closer and have a closer look. Right, so imagine you're in the bathroom and you come out of the bathroom and then you see that is what you see. Now they are a little bit small. See, ideally they'd be maybe a little bit bigger, but I think that's really nice. And it's nice to have this little modern touch here. In fact, to be honest with you, I could put two there and probably two up there and it would be a better look. It would be a much better look. But for the sake of just the principle of this, because I'm not actually going to put them there, that would work very well. Because look, you see again here, you have this, you know, it's a really beautiful print in a lovely big old heavy frame. But, you know, there's not much colour, so it's nice to have, look, you've got a little bit of the lipstick effect, like that, which I think is quite nice. Now, I'm going to show you something else. So this is, we're standing in the entrance to the room that I kind of use as my study. And so you've got that window up there, and then this very, very traditional print. It's called Feeding the Puppies. I think it's a lithograph. This wasn't a cheap thing. Oh my goodness me, hang on. Look who I just found. Oh darling, where are we going to put you? Look at those, oh my God, so beautiful. Right, I'm just going to stop this and get this baby off the floor. Okay, I've put the, I'm very emotional, so I had to stop and pull myself together. Just beautiful butterfly, and yeah, I just know with one of you it's... Anyway, so the butterfly is safe. I think it's a peacock butterfly, and they do hibernate in houses or like outbuildings and stuff. So, and they like folds of things. But the interesting thing, folds. Sorry, let me finish. They like folds, and so I've put it actually on this sort of spare desk, and there's lots of laundry and fabric that's sort of bunched up. So I've put it there because it has to stay safe, because I'm upstairs now and it was downstairs, so it's kind of moving around the house a little bit. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, right, let's get back to a bit of interior lightness, shall we? I'm going to show you the wall from this angle actually, because I think you better get what it does in this hall, like particularly that pop of red there. It contrasts with everything, but also it unites. It gives a sense of sort of continuity and colour. You see, as you walk along here, there we go. You see, I think that is quite snazzy. The other thing I really like about these plates is they're very well balanced within themselves. You know, I like that there are two, spiky ones, and there are two stripy ones, but the colours balance so well. The stripes aren't the same. The sort of more flowery ones, you know, the spiky ones aren't the same. Spiral, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. I do love that stripe. That's my absolute fave. But can you see how that just adds something? Okay, so now this is where I risk life and limb, okay? I'm going to leave you with a just lovely close-up of that, because it's a gorgeous thing. Look at that on that background. And even that, it's very nice. Yeah. So we're in the hall. That's Quincy. What are you doing, darling? Sassy, it's what she's doing. And up here is probably the most kind of muted and traditional painting I have, and I'm going to show you it a bit better now. Okay, so here we are. I think I have shown you this before, but I bought this on eBay because I follow this dealer called Beauties, who is a live wire, that is for sure. But she finds beautiful things. And I think this was actually in her own collection. And I bought it just because it's huge, it's really, really big. But it was not expensive. And I just wanted something big on that. So it's just to give you context. Okay, there's the light. And here we are. And look, there's that wall there where we were just looking. And then, but it's very dark. So I'm just wondering if I hang 1, 2, 3, 4 next to it, literally just like that, what that would look like. So, but that does involve me now just getting the ladders, spirit level, just to get a straight line. I'm just seeing. I'm just going to see. Let's see. I've got to go to work. It's okay. I've got time. So somewhere between seeing the butterfly and relocating him to a safe place, I've completely lost my little tub of picture nails. So, but fortunately I had prepared 2 other places that I wanted to show you. So we're going to abandon that up there because otherwise there won't be a video at all because I have to go to work soon. But I will show you, sorry, it's like, I feel like everything I'm saying is, it's coming. Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? So I'm going to put 2 just up here to see what they look like. And then I am going to put 2 in the living room just to show you, just for interest really. But it is, so the purpose of this, it's just a cheap, or I don't like the word cheap, but it's an inexpensive little hack to lift your house like lipstick. It's the lipstick factor of interior decoration, I think, anyway. Here we go. Yeah, annoyingly, I now see immediately that it would need another one, or even to have the 4 there. But as I say, I can't find the nails, so I can't do that. But you see here, I like, obviously you'd need other things above it, I think. But if you just look at that, like that, I love that this is all muted and has such depth and richness. And then this is the lipstick, I just think. And particularly in this quite moody, dark space of, this tiny little entrance hall, I think it's really nice to have something so lively. And just in contrast here, you see here, I wouldn't add those plates around that because this is Hortense and she has got all of her own beauty and the pops of colour and the rich, just everything that you could want from a painting. That is actually a Colette Woods, and she's on Instagram. You can find her really easily. But there's no business relationship. She's just a personal friend. Yeah, so there's that. Immediately we can see the one is way higher than the other, but you get the drift. It's a pop of something, and it's joyful. And yeah, interestingly, all the plates, the 4 plates, all have the colours of that really ancient bunting I made years ago. It's not funny. Anyway, yeah. So I will leave you with that. That one's higher, so annoying, but that's okay. Okay, well that's it for this week. I think it's very likely I won't get this video out on Wednesday, which is today, probably be tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your messages. And it's just so appreciated and so lovely, and I probably do not in any way deserve it, but thank you very much. And I'm pleased that you all feel, you know, that you have something here, you have a community, and I just think that that's wonderful, and that's just an entirely positive thing. I've got my little canine companion here. I'm going to go and get her because I think she's got something that she wants to say. Okay, Quincy, so what did we rehearse? What did you want to say? So she's sorry. What are you sorry for? Sorry for wiping. Yeah, okay. She's sorry for the abominable thing that she did. And as you can see, she's very ashamed of herself. But that's okay, we forgive her because she doesn't know. And she wants, her management team have asked me to stress that she is still available for stylish and classy collaborations. If there are any organic treats, any collar and lead accessories, coats, she is available. And you know, she's going to win back your trust. She's a dog of style and elegance, even if she wipes a little bot on the carpet sometimes, and that's okay. Here she is. Okay, say goodbye. She says, "Oh, get me off of there." Okay, all right, that is everything. That is everything, and thank you so much, and I will see you soon.